afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron says a commission will decide how to spend $480 million in opioid settlement money. The commission's members, representing lawmakers, law enforcement, cabinet officials, treatment stakeholders, and others, were announced today in Frankfort. WYMT's Phil Pendleton was there and has more on what was said on how people say the money will help the drug addiction problem.
Attorney General Daniel Cameron says this money will help fight the opioid epidemic across the state. It's $483 million, and it comes as overdose deaths continue to skyrocket, going up 13.5% last year from the previous year, with over 2,300 people dying of overdoses.
Kentuckians are hurting, and since taking office in 2019, this office has devoted every available resource to addressing that hurt.
Kentucky is receiving just over 2% of a multi-state $26 billion settlement with major drug companies. Cameron says the $483 million has Kentucky on the cusp of turning this epidemic around. 50% of that money will go directly to counties and cities for abatement. The commission will decide how to spend the rest, roughly about $240 million.
So it's exciting to think that you can really put resources in some of these communities that have such tremendous needs.
It is with solemn gratitude that we all stand ready to serve Kentucky in the face of one of the gravest engineered humanitarian catastrophes to unfold within our borders.
The commission was formed after the unanimous approval of House Bill 427. 9 voting members are a part of it. There are also 2 non-voting members. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Commission members say it's yet to be decided how exactly the money will be spent, but it is likely treatment will be a strong part of that.
Well, we've seen plenty of sunshine for many in the mountains today. However, an increase in cloud cover will also start to work through as we head through the remainder of this evening and into tonight. And with that comes the possibility for some spotty storms. I-75 at Mount Vernon, we have a cloud over the sun right now, but really partly cloudy skies out around most of the region at the moment. As we head into downtown Whitesburg, still plenty of sunshine, sitting at 80. Those dew points not off the charts. They're in the upper 50s, so it doesn't feel too muggy out there. Into the low to mid 80s around much of the area. Warm spots at this afternoon. 84 Jacksboro and Jonesville, and how about 85 up in Irvin? To pinpoint Doppler now, most of us are dry. However, we look out into our Cumberland Valley counties, especially out near Lake Cumberland, and we do have a strong shower, really, a downpour just north of downtown Somerset. So if you're traveling north on Somerset from along US 27, be aware of that, or even if you're headed west on Highway 80, a few more showers beginning to work into western portions of Wayne County as well. All of this is not severe, unlike what's going on up towards the other Queen City, up near Cincinnati, really between Lexington and Cincinnati, getting in on a rather stormy afternoon. Everything here pushing off to the east and the northeast. In fact, they just had a new severe thunderstorm watch issued for central Kentucky. That does not include any of our counties, but it's something we'll continue to watch as we watch this line of storms push in later tonight. Keep that WYMT weather app handy, because while we don't expect too much in the way of watches and warnings, still have that app handy because you will get them if they're issued right for your location. You also get our forecast, which shows those showers increasing as we head through the nighttime hours, only in the mid-60s tonight. The very latest on our shower and storm chances working through the week coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Very few World War II veterans from the United States made it to France this year to mark the 78th anniversary of D-Day. But those who did say their memories from that battle are still vivid. CBS's Ian Lee has the story.
Tanks are rolling once again through this small French town to honor the men who fought the Nazis 78 years ago. Just a handful of D-Day veterans returned, now in their 90s. Though their bodies are weak, their pride is just as strong.
I remember some good friends that are lost there. It's a little emotional then.
Back in 1944, an Allied armada floated off Normandy. As troops landed on the beach, metal filled the air. The details of that day are seared into the memory of Raymond Wallace, who was just 18 at the time.
When we started hearing that flak hitting the plane, we all got a little scared. And
the war may seem like a distant memory, but veteran Charles Shea sees similarities in Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Ukraine is a very sad situation. I feel sorry for the people there.
Shea says today's generation should never forget the lessons of his generation.
They should protect their freedom that they have now.
The greatest generation giving their greatest advice for a better future. Ian Lee, CBS News.
In a bipartisan effort, Congress approved the Congressional Gold Medal to be presented to Army Rangers of World War II who stormed the beaches of Normandy. And as we commemorate the anniversary of a defining moment in World War II history, one veteran here in eastern Kentucky reflects on his own experiences fighting in World War II all those years ago. The Eastern Kentucky Veterans Center in Hazard is home to 105-year-old Oakley Hacker. He was never sent to the European front, but did lose his brother during fighting in Italy and is one of the few World War II veterans still alive to share his story firsthand.
Nobody knows what war's like that never was in one. Of course, that'll never be expected. It's not no good thing.
Those with the Veterans Center say on days like today, they always hold a moment of silence for the lives lost and allow the veterans to share their own experiences about their time in combat. We'll hear more about Oakley's service tonight at 6. In the war in Ukraine, Russia has targeted Kyiv for the first time in more than a month. Missiles rained down on Ukraine's capital yesterday, and Ukraine says it's losing between 60 and 100 troops per day, roughly twice the number of American soldiers lost daily at the height of the Vietnam War. They say the need for foreign aid is critical at this point since Russia is cutting off port access to some 20 million tons of grain meant to head to the developing world. In Odessa, the coast is full of mines. Ukraine says it can't move them until it gets more security guarantees from the West. NATO kicked off its Baltops naval exercises in the Baltic Sea on Sunday with some new additions. Finland and Sweden are joining these efforts as they look to join the alliance due to the growing concerns over Russia's invasion of Ukraine. NATO says the annual Baltops military exercises, initiated in 1972, demonstrate the alliance's commitment to preserving regional peace and security by exercising a team of international forces that can rapidly respond in a time of crisis. Gas prices are surging once again. AAA reports the national average jumped to $4.87. That's a 25-cent hike during the last week and 59 cents in just 1 month. There are now states with gas above $5 a gallon near us, and Georgia is the only state with the average below $4.30 a gallon. Oil prices continue to increase even after OPEC announced plans to ramp up production. Oil analysts expect the national average to hit more than $5 in the next 10 days. JetBlue wants to acquire Spirit Airlines and is offering more to make it happen. Last month, Spirit rejected an offer from JetBlue, saying it did not think government regulators would approve the deal. On Monday, however, JetBlue raised the terms, offering Spirit shareholders a cash bid of $31.50 per share, up from $30 per share. JetBlue says it will also increase the so-called breakup fee it would pay out from $200 million to $350 million if regulators block the deal. Spirit said Monday its board would consider the proposal. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Monday. The Dow closes up today more than 14 points. We'll have more financial news in our next half hour. But straight ahead on First at 4, one of the world's biggest country music festivals has made a notable addition to its list of items that fans cannot bring inside.
And our summer feel continues this week with 80s and rain chances. I'll break it all down next.
He's